up, beautiful people? This is Pretty Girl Love Trap content.
It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content. You are listening to the soothing sounds of Pretty Girl Love Trap content. And the trappiest content you, yes, I said you, can listen to.
What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? How are you guys doing this morning, y'all? Happy Sunday. This is a great week, y'all. Today is my Founders Day, okay, of the so beautiful Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So, ski wee and happy Founders Day to all of my sorors, okay? And tomorrow is my birthday, okay? So yes, this week is definitely popping. Always the best week of the year. I'm just saying, all right? So I'm definitely happy. I'm definitely blessed, of course, to see another year, celebrate my sorority as well. So y'all know y'all girl, I'm a little on a high right now, okay? But of course, we are here to discuss BMF Season 2, Episode 2, y'all. Woo! There's a lot going on, child. There's a lot going on. I definitely enjoyed this episode more than episode 1, honestly. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. But let's see who's up in here. We got Daria, DeMarcus. Thank you, Daria. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you, Jacoby. Yes. Hi, Aisha. How are you doing? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And make sure, the birthdays are coming. So just do your girl a gift, okay? Do me a gift and like this video, okay? Make sure you are subscribed to this channel and make sure you're sharing me. I'm just saying, all right? And then, your girl Cash App down there. If y'all just want to bless me with $1 or something, if all my subscribers give me $1, we can start fixing up the trap. We can get some rap snaps up in here. Like, we can get a bottle of Alizé. You know what I'm saying? We could, have a little party up in here, okay? Oh, gosh. Hey, Mr. Jones. Thank you. Yes, I enjoyed it too, DeMarcus. Yes. Y'all, so let's get into it, y'all, because I ain't trying to be here. I be rambling on and on, with these Sunday morning reviews. I just love chatting up with y'all. So, yes. Jacoby, you said Rose Belly. Yeah, I used to kill Belly and Rose. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wonder how much they are now. They normally, when I used to kill it was like $32 a bottle, but I think they kind of went down depending on where you go. But yeah, Belly Rose. I love Stella Rose Black for some reason. It tastes good as wine, but it don't really get me, get me lit. Like, I don't know what it is. I gotta find my right, wine or alcoholic beverage. Well, I do love a Long Island iced tea. Sorry, Lord, for talking about this on a Sunday, but you know how hard you start watering the wine. You know what it is, bruh. But yeah, like a good Long Island. That's probably my favorite drink. But yeah. We be getting on and popping. What's up, RC? Hey, Moochie. Hey, Boo. How are you doing? Thank you for coming through. So yes, y'all, let's get into it. And of course, we always have like a nice little quotable in the beginning of the episode. So according to Terry, I guess this is more like a Terry season. We got quotes from Meech last season. He was narrating, so now we get more of Terry. I don't know why. I know this is not really the real Terry that's narrating. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't think this is Terry's voice, real life. But I don't know. I feel like, I need another more like a different voice, but I digress. But the quote says, when me and Meech jumped into business together, I gave him my word. He gave me his. We shook on it and we took off. So, we talking about business. All right. Aisha, you said it is his real voice. Put a thumbs up or put a yes if this is the real Terry Flannery that is narrating. So while you typing it away, we begin the first scene. Okay, so it is real Terry. Okay, I've heard Terry talk before, like a couple you know, snippets online. But yeah, it didn't sound like it to me. But hey, I could be wrong. It looks like I am wrong. All right, so we start off. Terry is narrating. He was like, he was just talking about how he used to be in business with Meech, and Meech is always Bogart and everything, but he's the big brother, so I mean, it's kind of understandable. But he was like, "Now I'm in business with my new Meech, okay? Hint, hint, wink, wink. My new Meech, okay, Mr. Charles broke ass." So he over there trying to get ready for the business day. He got his nice little sweater, Cool G-ish inspired, and his nice little chain. And Charles was like, act, all the rich businessmen I know, they wear suits. You better put on a suit, boy. And Terry was like, what you talking about? Like, bro, like, this represents success and hard work. He was like, no. And I'm like, Charles, if you don't sit your broke behind down, what you know about business and making money and success? You know a goddamn thing, okay? I'm sure Terry made more in a week than you did in 3 years with your salary. Stop playing, Charles, like you be knowing ish. Like, that's the thing. Like, did you do any research? You ain't go to not one business class. You probably read a couple articles or what have you. But Charles, please believe Terry has more businesses than you and experience. All right. So stop playing with him. Like, stop stunning him. But I already know this is all ego with Charles. Like, he know he ain't taking care of business. Everybody in the house got more money. Nicole got more money than Charles. Terry got more money than Charles. He kicked Meech out. Meech had more money than him. So, Charles, sit your ass down, okay? But I wasn't mad that he wanted Terry to change. I'm like, all right, Terry, take off at least the chain now. We doing too much. I know you about 16, bro, but you're doing too much. So I wasn't mad. The suit does look better. It's more professional. But I'm like, Charles, you don't know a thing or two or three about making money, all right? Jacoby said, Charles haven't drove a car yet and been doing the most. Mr. Jones, I don't know now. Charles, the worst dad on TV. Okay, right now, he up there. He up there. The market said Charles is the worst businessman ever. Oh my God, he did a one good decent thing. We'll talk about it later. So we see Terry, he's driving around this, businessman or whatever. Wahite man, if you understand what I'm saying. So the guy is trying to tell Terry, like, you making the wrong, moves, like your route. It ain't routing, okay? It's not gonna work for me. And he was like, sir, I assure you, this is the best route, okay? Lord, I ain't gonna lie. Now I know Terry, he know his city, but I remember back in the day when I used to travel in the car with my mom, and she used to have those big ass maps when we used to go on road trips. Like, I don't know how I would survive without good old GPS. Like, I know I'm hella spoiled, but being an adult, trying to pull out one of them big ass maps, child. Ooh, anywho, but he in city limits, so I'm sure he knows where he's going. But he got tired of the man telling him what to do. He was low key being rude. I'm not even gonna lie. The passenger was doing too much, and so Terry, he proceeds to stop and kick the man clean out the car. Shout out to Brillo. He introduced me to JT's Revenge, which is an old school classic. Starring Glenn Turman. Y'all check that out. It was an old school classic. But he kicks this lady out, and it was hilarious to me. So I'm like, oh my God, Terry, what you about to do to this man? But he just kick him out, give him his luggage, and tell him to get the F on. And I was like, dang, Terry. But the only thing, and this is one of the gripes I have about this show, and last season, I would say it's probably due to the amount of episodes, and this season as well is not really a whole hour. So I feel like they're cutting off scenes, or I don't know if they created scenes or they just cut into the chase with certain things. Because with this, it seems like very like abrupt. Like, this is probably, I don't know if we saw him driving last. Well, he did drive Meech yesterday. I mean, I said yesterday, child, last episode. But I probably wanted more, a couple more scenes of Terry just getting frustrated with clients, just something. It just seemed like, dang, it's very abrupt. The first real scene we have him, driving and chauffeuring someone, he loses it. And I'm like, I really wanted just a couple more instances where, he was aggravated. I said, this is, I don't know, it just feels very jumpy to me. Like, I just, come on, just spoon feed me a little bit to allow me, the viewer, to understand his frustration. Like, I'm not dumb. I understand what we're trying to show here, but I just want a little more. Like, I don't know. Y'all, I want to know y'all opinion. Put a one in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying about some of the storylines being jumpy, or are y'all cool with what y'all laying out? Put a chat, two in the chat if y'all think, the way they're, presenting these scenes are cool, or do y'all wish like we got a few more scenes with some of the storylines? Put a one if y'all think that. Because I don't know. I just, we get in a smooth like 48, 50 minutes each episode. But I feel like if we was allotted 10 more minutes to give it, a full hour, we can cultivate some of these storylines a little more. But nonetheless, Terry got tied, okay? Terry has zero of the patience, all right? I'm like, dang, Terry. Hey, Tamika Boo, what's up? Thank you for coming through, Mr. Jones. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Jacoby said he feel me, but it's cool. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I be asking for too much, but RC said, laughing my butt off. I was about to type in to see, remind me of JD's Walker kicking that old lady out. Yes, I wasn't the only one. Oh, that thing was hilarious. DeMarcus, you said one as well. Jacoby, the episode should be longer. Yes, I feel like, come on, stop playing with us. We had to wait at least a whole year. Like, give us the whole 60 piece. Like, we earned it. And y'all gave us the 10 episodes. Now give us that true life. I know they ain't power, but just give us that treatment. Like, for real. Oh, Jesus. RC, you said they totally skipped what happened last week with Terry eavesdrop on his mom and baby mom about her leave, and Charles was in there. Yeah, it's like a lot of things they're not addressing. We really never talked about Nicole, losing her friend, even though we're probably just trying to leave that in the background. Just little things, But I guess what we see what Terry does with the baby moms this episode, that's supposed to clear it up, I guess. But yeah, I just want a little more, just a little more, scenes. That's all right? That's all. So, y'all, we over here talking drug business over ice cream, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, we at the Dairy Queen, Meech and, K9, we chopping it up. Peaches over there serving the dudes, and he was like, Peaches is real nice, K9. Like, she over there, just being, whatever you like. You already know what she remind me of last episode, okay?
What do you like to do?
Whatever you like.
What kind of music do you like?
Whatever kind of music you like.
Yeah, she is definitely giving me like I am a slave for you vibes, okay? Well, some women, I like to cater to my man, I understand, but girl. So, and I love Meech's four fingering. It's just hilarious to me. But, he was like, yeah, she excited. I'm saying? She's Arabic. She's able to, translate these business deals for me. So keep in mind, he's talking about she's Arabic. But I was like, oh, she was definitely giving me like Jessica from Raising Canaan vibes. Like, I thought she was a little Latina or something. I don't know. Maybe I was tripping. Or maybe she is Latina and speaks Arabic. I don't know. But, he definitely, is showing that everything I do is strategic, you know what I'm saying? Or at least utilize my resources, okay? So we over there talking about business. Me's trying to hand him a little change that he made. He was like, bro, what I look like? I want my money in full. Like, this little Crown Royal bag, it ain't it, bro. I'm not the money in the Crown Royal bag. All right, Meech. So we over there having a good time, big fun, eating the ice cream. And here we are in the midst of a situation, okay? So, this guy comes out of nowhere with a convertible, like we in LA or what have you. And he started busting caps. So yes, we have a drive-by situation. And I love the fact that, K9 was like, nah, bro, bring that ass here, boy. Okay, so he started busting shots. And, they going back and forth. They're going back and forth. And old dude that was, driving the car, he ends up getting out the car and running away. And yeah, he pretty much leaves his shoe. So Kane, I was like, I'm gonna get this Cinderella MFer, but he realized who he was. He was like, probably one of the dudes that was associated to the coach when we had the game at the Saint. So I was like, Lord, we already know this guy about to be chopped liver, okay? All right. I'm just saying. Yes, Savannah, real cater to you vibes, all right? All right, so Lord, Lucille over here minding her business, okay? Lucille be killing like the little rap dress now. Lucille is fine, all right? Real big fine, all right? So she over here straightening up the house. And so Charles, one of his little pieces to his little instrument was on the table. So she tried to put it back, trying to be a good old wife, all right? And so she noticed something little peeking out behind his little music notes, his sheets, or what have you. So she finds a whole like Playboy-ish nudie magazine, and you can see this look on her face, like, oh my Lord, word. She probably prayed real hard after this. She's about to throw the hell up. I said, Lucille, come on, girl. Come on. Like, put a 1 in the chat if you think she was in her right to be upset, or put a 2 in the chat if y'all thought she was overreacting. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand, like, finding something out about, like, your mate or your husband that throws you off. But, girl, he ain't getting the draws, dog. Like, I mean, will you want him to go out in them streets, which I feel like he's going to do eventually? But, girl, he said it's been 3 weeks but last episode, so I'm saying it's about a month right now. So, I mean, Lucille, you better put out, girl. But I understand why she's turned off as well. So she plays it off. She puts it back. And so Charles comes downstairs. Hey, babe, what's going on? She's like, oh, nothing. But Charles knew something was up. Like, when you with somebody for that long, something is up. But, he put his little instincts to bed, and she was like, oh no, just trying to get, ready for mama. I cannot believe you can't go to mama's birthday party. So her mother is having a birthday party in Cleveland, and him and Terry have to stay to, run the business. Okay. But Nicole, is going as well. So she was like, mama needs a gift. Nicole still need new bras. Okay. She over here in almost Triple D land, and we got her in a B cup. Like, Charles, what we doing, bruh? She's spilling over. When girls be having a, bras too small, it create like faux breasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looking like little muffin tops. Like, it ain't cute up in here, Charles. Like, what we doing about these bra situations, bro? You could have saved that $4.99 you put for that magazine, all right? And we could have went to Nicole's bra fund. Like, you playing around with our money. You playing around. Hey, BB. Yeah, Charles is definitely a douche, Savannah, all right? Yeah, the mom, she ain't feeling Charles, and I think she kind of gave us the reason why a little bit later on in the episode. Mr. Jones said, didn't nobody really want Charles? Yeah, ain't nobody want Charles. He's one of those energy suck people. Like, he's definitely like, oh, he's bad, bad vibes, okay? Charles is definitely, yeah, I'm over it. BB said they broke up. They broke, but he had money for Playboy magazine. Shaking my head. I'm sure that's Terry's money. Yes. What was that? Soul Food. When Nicole Ari Parker, she says, yeah, ATM, that stands for automatically Terry's money. All right. Like, it's real, like, Terry and Meech are really the winners up here, okay? Big bad bro, LOL. You thinking you supposed to have, some relaxation time with your lady, and you ain't bringing home the funds. Like, Charles, like, what you want her to do? She been putting out for the 20 years. She tired. Speaking of tired, y'all, we up in Sears, y'all. How many of y'all used to shop in Sears? Like, I shopped in Sears a little more than an adult. I don't remember going to Sears as a kid. But don't quote me. I don't remember too much shopping in general as a kid, because I'm sure my mom was just buying and bringing it home. But We over here because Lucille said we going shopping anyway, bro. I said, Lucille, with what money? Are you taking a light bill money to go shopping? Like, where the funds at, bro? Where the funds at? She told Charles straight up, we going and getting what we need, period. So either we gonna be eating like some type of ramen noodles for 3 days, or we skimming on some of the utilities, because we ain't got no, mortgage no more. And that's another question. Why we still broke and Meech paid off the house? Why are we still broke and we don't have no mortgage? We should have, I don't know how much the mortgage was. Well, let's just say a smooth 500. Why do we not have like an extra 500 laying around to allocate to other things? Like the math ain't mathing. Well, since we can't, reverse the whole payment of the house, are you insisting on paying Meech? Like, we didn't have that, dialogue. Well, we know Charles, he's an a-hole. So he's like, well, Meech, I can't have you doing this. So we go ahead, we're going to make payments to you to pay this off, because I refuse to use your drug money to pay off our house. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? If I didn't have no mortgage or rent, man, yeah, y'all already know. We gonna be eating crab legs and lobster tails and steak at the trap day, bruh. But I must be saving too. That's the part. We ain't getting to the savings. Like, and Charles, he pissed me off with something else. We about to get into it in a minute. But yeah, so we at Sears. Lucille, she got about maybe 3-4 bras in her hand. A lady, the cashier, talking about it'll be $102. Where? And this is the late 80s. Like, where? And these are clearly low-key like a step higher than Walmart bras, looking at this picture. So, how is this $102 at Sears? Maybe if y'all was at Neiman's or Nordstrom's, I'm like, all right, that sounds about right. But this is Sears, and we got maybe 3-4 days worth of bras in our hand. And I feel like Nicole may have like a shoebox or something near her arm if we looking at this picture. I don't know. I'm just saying the strength. There was something else that I wasn't paying attention to where this totaled $102 of the dollars. Okay. So the lady was like, I think we're going to put some things back. And the cashier, of course, I work retail, so I know how this is. She was like, well, you know what I'm saying, if you, sign up for a Sears card, this is so-called, be discounted. And, not just this purchase for the rest of the day, child. Lucille said, nah, I'm good. She was like, are you sure? She was like, you know what? I think I will go ahead and sign up for this card. And not only that, we're going to be right back. So she's going to tell Nicole, skip these raggedy bras. Go ahead and get the bedazzled ones, the most expensive ones, and we're going to do some more shopping. Okay, we about to have all the clothes for our trip. See, I was like, all right, Lucille, this is part of the issue. This is part of the issue. Now, I can see, all right, cool, we applying for the car. Or maybe just get a couple extra things, child. But goddamn, you're doing too much. You probably maxed out that card that day. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. So back at the house, Charles and Terry, they chopping it up. And he's like, yeah, I got a call from the man you threw out. And, I need you to be a little more professional, you know what I'm saying? Because the customers are our bosses. And Terry was like, hell no, I don't live by that policy. Customers not always right in my book. And I ain't gonna lie, I low-key be feeling that way too when it comes to certain situations. But Charles had the nerve to say, we bought 4 cars. They bought 4 cars and got 2 drivers. And Charles work a full-time job. Terry, he's doing this probably after school and on a weekend. So Charles most likely doing this on a weekends. Why do we need 4 cars, Charles? Charles, you should be in charge. That was my favorite show. Charles in charge. No. Charles in charge. No, it's not in charge of my days and my nights. Charles, you're pissing me off. Why do we have 4 cars? So, oh yeah, the settlement money about to be ran out. Why? And what money do we have still? We can't allocate $100 of them dollars to Nicole's bras. Like this, and this is what I'm talking about. Like I need y'all to spoon feed me when it comes to this money situation, and I need more clarity because we over here got 4 cars and 1.5 drivers. Because, Terry, he's still in school. They showing you that he doing homework, and Charles expects Terry to still be doing his homework. Like, you stressing Terry out. I'm a dad. I'm a student. And I got a whole biz naive. Shout out to Little Scrappy. Y'all, I can see 2 cars. Boom. All right, 2 cars. But y'all paid for 4 cars. Even if y'all had just 1 car to start off with and y'all rotate, you know what I'm saying? Terry do it in the PM after school. Charles probably work all day in the weekday. Okay, bam. Then, all right, Terry, you go ahead. Let's say, what will make more sense? I would say Charles, you handle the 6 a.m. to, I say 5 p.m. routes on Saturday, Sunday, and have Terry do the night shift. Like, y'all could have twerked that money with just 1 car. But y'all sitting here got at least 2 cars collecting dust. And Lucille over here can't get bras for the baby. I am so pissed off. DeMarcus said Charles and Lucille so bad with money, doing the most. Exactly. Oh my God, financial literacy. Please me. Are you serious? And Terry, throughout the whole episode, he was like, Pops, we're business partners. We gotta, make decisions together. Because he already had a business situation with his brother and it didn't work out. So I feel you, Terry. You're trying to make sure you have the best business relationship because you already had a partnership. You already ran a business because Charles broke ass ain't teach you nothing. Or if he did teach you something, he taught you how not to be broke. Because that's sometimes what parents do. You can either follow in your parents' footsteps or your parents can teach you what not to do, especially when it comes to money and money practices. Charles talking about, well, this ain't the streets. It need to be the streets because I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the streets. And the streets teach you a lot of pivotal lessons when it comes to money and running a business, Charles. Don't sleep. Oh my God, I was so aggravated with Charles. Everybody, low-key, a lot of people pissed me off. Yes, Savannah, Charles is on one. Moochie, you was pissed off too at Charles. I'm just saying. Oh my God, I don't have not a lick of business sense. Meanwhile, and I was thanking God for at least this. We at least get to see B Mickey's mama, okay? He over there visiting her, he pissed off because facility is giving her stain sheets. So obviously, they're not in the best location. And so, he was like, I'm here for you, mama. She was like, yes, my baby. You're always here taking care of your mama. He was like, yeah, just how like you took care of me when I was a baby. So he peeps little rose of flowers. He was like, mama, who brought you flowers? She's like, well, some handsome young fella came by and said he was your boss. So I was like, ooh. So I immediately knew it was Mr. Detective doing too damn much. Brian, okay? So I am questioning. They never really. Now, please put in the chat if I'm missing something, okay? So she's sick, obviously, okay? That's very obvious. But I'm still not clear on what this lady got. Now, later in the episode, I'm going to just cut to it right now because I'm going to probably forget. But, your boy, detective, mentioned a better rehab facility. Now, rehab don't just mean from drugs, but they don't normally have rehab facility for like cancer or something. So I'm like, is she like an addict? But I don't see no withdrawals or anything. So I don't know. Like, it's the way Mickey was, he be lying to the team. He be like, my mom, she kind of fell off. Like, I don't know if she's like, I don't know. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. Yes, he did mention dementia in one of the scenes, but it still don't clarify based on like how B Mickey was traumatizing his the way his mom is. I don't know. It just felt like more than dementia. Maybe dementia was like a result of something else. Because I understand what y'all saying. Detective Bryant said the neglect of this hospital would kill her before the dementia. But the way dementia is normally like a progressive thing. It's not like, oh, I got dementia and it's better. I mean, it typically it gets worse. But the way B Mickey seems like it's whatever she got, she be in and out in a sense, or like it decreases, it increases. So, and I've been around people with dementia, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's not completely adding up. And I rewatched season 1 and I'm just like, it's still, and if it is dementia, it's still blowing me because I'm like, y'all really made me feel like this woman's is in the worst condition. Like, y'all really just played this up. I'm just saying. And not saying you can't have dementia at an early age, but that normally occurs a little later on in life. Like B Mickey, I'll give him 20. She probably had him. If she did actually have him, let's say at 30, she 50, but I don't even think she that old. But it's just something is weird to me, the way they are presenting this storyline. Jacoby said probably a former addict. I was thinking that too, but I just want clarity. Can I just get a little clarity? Y'all making us like really just play around. Y'all playing it on our face. Like, I don't want to play a game of guess who. Like, I don't want to do that. Please. For real, for real. Anywho, Meech comes over, he got a bomb gift in that box. That Loki was giving me Gucci vibes. I was like, okay, Meech came over with a gift for grandma, because he said he going to Cleveland too. I said, oh yeah, Meech, she going to Cleveland. He up to something, and Terry knew as well. But Meech told Nicole, I'm saying, like, oh, I'm about to buy out the movie theater and have all the kids watching Coming to America. So it's about to be popping. Nicole was like, dang, I wanted to see that for a minute. He was like, I know, because, they ain't seen each other in a while. Y'all can't even take Nicole to the movies, but I just thought about it. The Flannery's real fake religious, so they probably wouldn't allowed her to watch that anyway. I can't remember. It's Coming to America PG-13. It's definitely not a family movie. Was that rated R or PG-13? I don't got time to check. Y'all put in the chat for me. Tamika, you up in here, girl. If you still up in here, let me know. You be knowing, child. But, Terry, he over there, and he's like, yeah, what you up to something? You don't normally try to go ahead and be a part of family trips. Meanwhile, Meech over here drinking out of Carlton's. He was like, what you doing, brown on your lips? But he said, this is my house, nigga. When Meech said that, I ain't gonna lie, I cackled. I was like, you know what? This actually is your house. So Terry, shut up, okay? But he was like, nah, little cuz, he been wanting to get on for a minute. So we about to expand our horizons over here at BMF. Okay, since you don't want to be a part of it, I'm expanding this on my own. So whatever. So I was like, okay, we trying to expand. I like it. I ain't mad. He's, ambitious one. RC said you believe it's PG-13. Yeah, I was thinking that. The standards, I believe the ratings were different probably as they are now. They let us probably watch everything right about now in these movie theaters, okay? Jacoby said they better off letting Nicole take the drug money. Child, something. She gonna find an extra 100 somewhere and just take it and put it in her small ass bra. Well, she got new bras now. I'm sorry. Mr. Joe said they had jugs and Coming to America. Well, I'm not getting that. Maybe I'm being slow. Are you talking about the jugs he was drinking? Or was that a character? Let me know. Sorry. I'm thinking too hard. Tamika, you said rated R. Okay. Yes, let your soul glow. Savannah, you said, all I know is that I had my hair cut after that Jerry Curl scene. They done messed up the man couches and everything, child. Ooh. Anywho. So, oh. Oh, you're trying to be polite, Mr. Jones. Okay, I was thinking that was the first thing I thought. I was like, nah, he ain't talking about that. So, B Mickey, Detective Howard meet up because, you know, he on that ass, all right? And so he was like, bruh, I need some information. You playing with me. Because this facility right here that you got your moms in is real bad, bruh. So B Mickey explained, like, hey, you know, it's bad insurance. It's all we can afford. He was like, oh, not you, Mr. Drug dealer. I thought you was popping. You ain't that popping. I'm like, you know damn well. But, of course, we all know it's manipulation and intimidation going on up in here in this scene. So, you know, this is when Detective Howard mentioned, like, hey, the neglect from this place will, you know, kill her before the dementia does. And I understand he mentioned dementia, but it's still not adding up to me, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just asking for too much, but I guess we can at least say she has dementia, whatever. But he told my man, yo, you got 72 of the hours to give me Meech. I was like, dang, Howard, you pressing too hard. Like, I don't know. Like, you just, don't get me wrong. He just came off of his partner getting killed by, you know, Kato, which is a part of Meech's crew. So he's definitely like on a vengeance, but I don't know. Like, it could be me. Y'all could let me know in the chat. It just feels like he just, I don't know. Detective Bryant is just, it's not coming off as authentically like aggressive. Like, I don't know. Like, it's feeling weird to me. Maybe I'm tripping, but whatever. Meanwhile, Terry, he goes back to, you know, the insurance place to see Markeisha, okay? And apparently he came through with his word, you know, gave her some referrals. She made some bread off that, so she was grateful. So he was like, wait, I want to know, like, if we add a third driver, how much of my premium will go up? So she asked a little coworker, what have you. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, that may not be your position. You probably in sales, but girl, you should be able to figure that out on your own, but whatever, I'm gonna be quiet. So, so, you know, she was like, most businesses fail, and the businesses that do succeed, they have something that sticks out and that stands up. And so he was like, you know, girl, what you talking about? So long story short, he says, you know, try the airport, you know, you get first class customers, give them first class service, and, you know, you could charge them more because, you know, it's longer distances. So he was like, dang, everything you say is just be smart. And she was like, you know, have some refreshments. So she's schooling him on what to do to make his business succeed. So we see, of course, this situation being cultivated, but I need a little more clearly. It's clear that she's in her 20s and he's 16. Now, don't get me wrong. We've seen TV all the time. Big age gap, especially in Raising Kanan. We saw, you know, the predator of Palomar, you know, was all up in Canaan. Don't get me wrong. Da Vinci, aka Terry, is definitely giving grown man vibes, all right? But she knows he's a teenager. And of course, right now, she's not showing like romantic interest, but I don't know. Like, I can't even find a situation where I would be like, ooh, I'm 25, but this 16-year-old right here is giving me the vibes. But we gonna see, y'all. We gonna see how this works out. Oh my God. Jacoby said she probably 2021. I don't know. She just giving me more experience. You could be right. But she being married. She a whole wife. Not saying you can't get married early. But she's giving me like more mature vibes. Like definitely at least 25. But hopefully we'll figure it out when we get more into like her domestic situation. Because you know her husband's going to be on that ass eventually. All right. So we get to Cleveland, y'all, and we step up big time. Okay, we pulling up with the Benz, new outfits. Okay, the family looking like, did Wendy's get a raise? Did Charles win the lottery? Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Lucille looking real good. Okay, so the family trying to figure out what's going on because she flogging. She was like, "Oh no, I ain't doing too much. Y'all. I'm just over here. You know, taking it day by day." Oh Lord, Lucille, you doing way too much for your family, but I guess that's how it be in big. I don't know, child. I'm just I ain't about to go in debt for these people. I'm sorry. So of course we come to see Grandma. It's her birthday, and you know, Meech has apparently been known as the favorite. Okay, he probably the oldest grandchild, which is probably why the oldest grandchild and the youngest are typically the favorites from the grandparents. But you know, I don't know what y'all grandmas be got going on, but that's kind of what I've seen, you know, in my experience. So you know, uh, Charles is like, you know, not Charles. Grandma was like, "Well, where, you know, my son-in-law, and my other, you know, grandchild." Lucille was like, "Oh, you know, they started a business, so they can't make it." So she was like, "Meech, are you in the business too?" He's like, "No, Mama, I'm in sales still. I'm still in sales." I'm like, that was hilarious to me, okay? But you know, grandparents be knowing, so he probably ain't really had to elaborate too much. But I'm like, you bold as hell, talk about you in sales. You could have just kept your mouth shut. But we meet James, which is Meech's cousin, who he was, you know, talking about before about helping, you know, get put on to expand the, you know, the business or what have you. And, you know, he's saying that, you know, he ain't making much money working at the video store. We just gonna call it Blockbuster because, you know, that's like the most popular one that I can think of, all right? But he was like, you know, apparently I got a little side hustle too to kind of make up for the, you know, lack of the funds on the paycheck. He's like, well, that's what I'm talking about. We about to expand that. Put me on with who you get your work from, and we about to get this thing popping. But this whole episode, I'm like, I hope Meech will end up getting his cousin killed over no BS, because the way he's kind of creating relationships in Cleveland, it's scaring me. You know what I'm saying? James, which is a cousin, he seems kind of young, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get that dark, because I feel like if he get this cousin killed, the family is definitely going to be turning on Meech. And maybe that's a way for him to go to Atlanta. I don't know what they're going to be doing with this storyline. You know, I be reaching sometimes, but I'm just hoping James is safe, okay? Because he don't seem like he really, you know, about that street life like that, all right? But I'm just saying. Hey, Savannah, them dresses look real good on Lucille. Now, Lucille look cute, but she always look good. Like, that's my thing. She never really looked like she was homeless or nothing. Like, Lucille always had them dresses on point. So it didn't really seem like a too big of a difference. You know, I understand she, you know, she was trying to impress the people. You know what I'm saying? That don't take a rocket science, but Jesus Christ, like, she probably spent a good $500 on everything. We ain't got the 500. Anywho, Markeisha and James, Lord, I said James, child. Markeisha and Lord and Terry, they're over there shopping. You know, she's helping him pick up, you know, little, you know, chocolates and mints or what have you to, you know, stock his vehicles to impress the first class clients that he expect. Okay, so he took pamphlets from the insurance company, child, from another company, and scribbled on it and crossed out and put his name. I said, ain't this about the most ghetto thing? So Markeisha, she noticed he dropped one of them. And she was like, well, you gonna piss people off by doing business like this. He was like, oh, I'm just cutting printing costs. Y'all, I almost fell out. I was like, you know what? That is actually a good ass excuse and a reply. But Terry, this ain't what we do. This ain't working. Terry said, I'm trying to do all I can not to go back into the game because I can't. Jacoby said, we watch Power too many times. That's why I got to sting his cousin can't get gotten is the drug. Exactly. I think we're all low key just traumatized by Power. But he may be safe. I don't know if I feel he's gonna get him killed. I just hope he don't. But yes, it was a lot. It was a lot. But we could see their, I guess relationship flourishing. Right now it's still a friendship. And she makes it clear, like, this is not a date, because he mentioned, like, thanks for going on the shopping date. She was like, it's not a date, and we just shopping, okay? Bruh, keep it real, all right? So James introduces Meech to his little connect, okay? So I can't recall the tall, dark-skinned guy that's in this scene, but Rel is the light-skinned dude that's sitting down or whatever. So Meech was like, hey, I got that fire, low-key, okay? Like, I know I ain't from around here, because they mentioned, like, we got the best Coke here, okay? We got 60% purity via bleak. And I'm like, that don't sound like a good percentage to me. I mean, 60%. But I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and and I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert on, the purity of Coke in the 80s, but 60%. What's the 40%? What else? The baking soda, what have you? I don't know. I'm gonna be quiet. But thank you, God. Stone. Yes, thank you, DeMarcus. I appreciate it. So hey Brillo, what's I done got on Charles' ass earlier. But I'm sure we definitely gonna talk about him again, because there's another scene that he's in that annoys me. But thank you for stopping through. Make sure y'all like the video, okay? So long story short, Meech was like, hey, my products is gonna blow all y'all's out the way. So I'm gonna front y'all, some trees, okay? That's what we call, well, that's I don't say up north. I don't know if y'all call it trees in the south, but marijuana, okay? I'm gonna front y'all the marijuana, and then if y'all good, then I'm gonna front y'all some of that white girl, okay? So they was like, oh, okay, they was a little hesitant laughing at first, but they're always showing Meech as a salesman, okay? And real Meech really seemed like a real salesman as well. So, this is definitely on par. So they was like, okay, well, let's step into your office so we can discuss the terms and agreements, okay? Let's get the breakdowning, all right? So it looks like Meech, he's working on his plan to expand, all right? Oh, Lord. Child. Mr. Officer over here is minding his own business, thinking he was just doing the easy shift, okay? He looked like he was trying to do too much. He trying to clock in, clock out, make a, easy days living. So he's over here securing, or supposed to be securing, Lamar's hospital room, okay? So he hears a little beeper situation's a little irregular. He was like, let me go ahead and check on this young fella. So he peeps, goes in the room, the bed empty. Bam, what's going on? So I'm thinking Lamar some way to hopped out the damn window. Lo and behold, Lamar comes behind this man and starts choking the dog-ish out of him. Like, he got him, what is this, a half Nelson? Y'all wrestling people in there in the chat, let me know. But he's definitely trying to choke my man. He kind of, trying to give Lamar a little 1-2 situation, but it didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm like, oh my God. And the amount of strength it looks like Lamar has, just coming off of the coma, bruh. Like, this man is cray. He's like, y'all would not have me captured. And he got a little bag. I don't know if I guess they have the bag on him now. Child, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. But y'all, Lamar is back in full effect, almost, kind of, child, because he's still struggling. Meanwhile, Detective Bryant and Detective Veronica, they over at lunch, and so he was pretty much recapping, like, yeah, shows that Lamar escaped this morning. We still looking for him, all right? I'm like, Lord Jesus, y'all don't let this man on loose. Somebody crazy like Lamar, you need about 2-3 people at the hospital door. But I understand it may not be in the budget. But, child. So they're over there, eating authentic Chinese food. And, Veronica, she's showing her personality a little more. I like her. I just hope she don't piss me off like most cops in these shows do. But for now, they're kind of just vibing a little bit as partners. But we're going to see how this turns out, because I don't know. We know at least, and I hate that, but we know that Bryant, he sticks around for a very long time. But Veronica, I don't know. I don't know if she will be here for long. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want her to be one of those like cops that just get got for doing too much. Like, I'm tired of the aggressive cop jig. Like, I'm tired of that in these storylines. So I hope they do something a little different with her. Like, for real, for real. RC, you say you don't believe he killed that security cop just to choke out Sleeper. Yeah, I don't think he's dead either, but he had to do that man like that. Because I think if he would truly kill the cop, they would have been more aggressively looking for him. Like, it seems like with, the way Bryant is and, Veronica, they're not really just, their sense of urgency isn't there. So that makes me believe like, oh, this is not a dead cop situation. This is just like a loose, a loose, crazy man in the midst of these streets. Okay, and he's still worried about Meech, not really a cop killer. You know what I'm saying? Even though he feels like Meech is probably a cop killer because of Kato killing his partner. But yeah, I don't believe he killed him. I don't believe he killed him. Jacoby, yes, Lamar is definitely a mutant. Like, for real, for real. Yes, I love her. Mia, that was hilarious. I like her character. Brillo, you said Lil TJ almost hit that flop like white girl did. I can't. I don't know why you think that is so funny. That is horrible. Okay. So Terry, he's learning from his, love, Markeisha. Okay, because he in love at this point. So he goes to the airport and he tried to post up, but this little traffic cop or whatever, he tried to stick him up. He was like, "No, you gotta pay an airport parking fee if you want to be up in here, bro." And Terry like, "What? I ain't trying to do all that." So he sees a black man in the suit that's on his way, like look like to the bus little stop or whatever. He was like, "Bro, like where you headed to?" I'm going to the west side, because he already know. Apparently, Black passengers don't get the luxury of getting car service because the drivers don't feel safe, if you will, driving to specific parts of town. So he was like, "You go to West Side? I'm going there. Cool, bro. Ain't no problem." He was like, all right, bet. Cool. I ain't gonna lie. When I first saw this guy, I was like, oh, he about to be I had hopes and dreams for this guy. I was like, oh, he about to be a connector or something. Like, I don't know why. I just thinking he was going to be more than what he was. And then Terry, he peeps 3 other people that's, waiting for the bus, little ethnic wicked people. So he was like, hey, I got room for 3 more. If y'all want to come through, I could stop over in downtown, west side, east side. I don't know exactly how Detroit hoods work, where they all located. But most downtowns are, it's weird because most cities, they have a beautiful, nice downtown aesthetic, but right next to downtown be the hood too sometimes. So he pretty much saying anywhere hood or hood adjacent, I got you, bruh. And so he done made that thing into a whole ride sharing situation. So we making a few coins. We definitely making a few coins right now with Terry's new business model. So I was like, okay, I like it, Terry. I like it a lot. Okay. So y'all, we at the video store that cousin James work at, and we're pretty much testing our new little scheme. You got to ask for a deluxe video and you get, a deluxe situation, which, for now is the least weed. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out the logistics of this, because I don't want people getting too high on my product and y'all got the videos all late, bro. But y'all know how like Blockbuster was doing. They was definitely charging for every little thing. If you late, if you didn't rewind the tape, it was real petty, okay? But I don't have a good feeling about James. Like, something I feel like is going to happen. But maybe I'm just traumatized by watching too much of Power-like shows. So we'll see what's going on with James. But it looks like this plan is in action. This is definitely stemming from, his food truck situation at the factories. He mentioned that to James. Like, I had a similar operation. So we've seen a lot of things like this. We saw this in Raising Kanan with Famous's tape. So we're going to see how long this lasts. I just think it's okay possibly now when it comes to weed, But we can't be doing this with coke and crack, okay? Especially not crack. We cannot trust any crackhead to bring back a video in the allotted time that they rented, okay? We cannot. So when we level up on the drug situation, we got to figure something else when it comes to the harsher drugs, because we ain't trusting no crackhead. Matter of fact, the crackhead probably will take the video and try to sell the video and smoke the crack. We gonna end up with no videos in the video shop. So we gonna see what happens with this business model. But I foresee if we expand to Cleveland with the other dudes and their methods of selling drugs, we don't have to worry about the video business. Maybe the video business is just be for the weed for his cousin. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. So we back at the house. I love this scene, y'all. So we're over here having a good time. Grandma had a good turnout, okay? Celebrate good time. Come on. So we over here partying. I did notice a weird error in editing. So when they first gave us this overall huge shot, Meech was already in the party. But like a couple shots later, mommy over here, Miss Lucille, she over there having a good time. And so she sees Meech and James kind of coming into the room, you know, low-key doing a little backhand bounce, you know what I'm saying? Like, she looking like, oh, shit, my son up to no good. He over here with his little cousin correcting him. Oh, Lord, I got to pray again tonight. Lucille, she know. She be knowing, okay? But she be utilizing Meech in her own little ways, because she knew you pulling up with that Benz that's bought with drug money is not on par on what she's trying to quote unquote do with her Christian lifestyle. But meanwhile, he offered you a whole 100 and the drive-through, you decline that. See, you wishy-washy. You being too inconsistent, girl. I'm gonna need you to let me know if you're gonna ride with this drug thing or not. You're gonna have a blind eye or not. Let a sister know, okay? But I feel like what's gonna happen with her and Charles is gonna kind of help her turn a couple blind eyes, because she kind of like that lifestyle. So, but she's real conflicted, I feel. Just a little bit, all right? Oh, Lord. Charles over here eating his hungry man dinner, child. And Terry comes in, hey, Pops, I got a great idea. We need to tap into the market that is not being serviced, okay? So we know the airport is going to give us great options when it comes to customers. But if we take the customers that are not being serviced and going to the unsavory part of towns, if you will, I think we could be successful, okay? Charles O'Raggedy ass talk about that's not what we trying to do. I got you out the drug game, or we wanted you out the drug game so you don't have to go to the hoods. Now we trying to go back to the hoods. Charles, like, you pissing me off. Like, bro, you don't know anything about a successful business. And time and time again, Terry is trying to approach you like, bruh, Pops, like, we are a business. He's trying to share with you. He had a whole business model and everything, and you completely shutting this man down. And by episode 4, Terry's going to be back with Meech, because he's like, at least I'm making money with Meech. I ain't making no money with you, bruh. Like, he hand Charles, I mean, I'm going to say maybe 150, maybe. I don't know how much money it is. But Charles, oh my God, I'm over Charles. Like, I'm over Charles. Like, I'm done. I am done. Are you playing? I hope he did get that food from the chop shop. Ain't supposed to take Lucille. He don't understand nothing, Mr. Jones, about supply and demand. He don't know nothing. Charles is smart dumb. Girl, Jacoby, he eating steak. The way he cutting that meat, that is pure steak. I don't know nothing else you're gonna be cut like that. So he probably is at the chop house. He probably got to go. If he went to the chop house, I swear I'm gonna be tight. Oh my God. I'm getting hot, y'all. If he went to the Chop House without Lucille. Without Lucille, I'm gonna be big mad. Oh my God. Big Brillo, you said tell Rock we on the break until season 3. What's up? Oh my God. I cannot, Brillo. You just being disloyal with your TV wives and whatnot, okay? Oh my God, Charles, you are pissing me off. I gotta get him off my screen. I gotta get him off my screen because I can't. So be Mickey on the phone with Meech. Okay, we try to get out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. But he on the phone with Meech. And Meech just, giving him instructions like, all right, I need you to bring the work to Cleveland, okay? Like giving him clear plans on what to do. So, of course, while he on the phone, Detective Howard, Lord, I said Howard, Jesus, y'all got me thinking about Raising Kaden. Detective Bryant, okay, he on the door knocking too damn hard. I'm like, I don't like this CI cop relationship. Like, I understand why he's trying to press beat Mickey, but I'm just pissed off. Like, this ain't what a veteran cop do. You need to be a little more smooth, Brian. Like, you're doing too much. You're coming off too strong. All right. So Meech, he kind of hears the commotion. He's like, what's going on over there, bro? But Mickey was like, nah, it's just the TV. Ain't nothing to worry about. So he hangs up with Meech. Tell Brian, like, dang, bro, like, what's up? He over there meeting B Mickey at the hospital, at the house. Like, he don't have no chill, okay? Oh, Lord. So he was like, I'm sorry. I was on the phone with the hospital about my mom. He was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to just call the operator and ask them to, figure out the last made call. He's like, oh, okay. You got me, bro. I'm going to be real with you. Meech want me to hook up, that's meeting between, 6 Mile or what have you at the stash house in 2 days. He was like, oh, for real. He was like, yeah. All right. So, of course, he done fed the dog his bone. Oh, Lord, I do not like this situation. B Mickey is going to be dead soon, okay? Because he got too many people on him demanding his time and energy, all right? Yes, bro, he pressed it too hard for my likings, okay? Too hard for my likings. Jacoby said Detective Brian's doing too much. He always play annoying characters. Yes, I'm still mad at him at oh my God, what was that Tyler Perry movie, child? And I don't even watch Tyler Perry movies like that, but that movie, oh my God, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Yeah, ever since then, he messed me up in the game, okay? So Terry, he over there trying to unionize the situation. He's trying to band all the drivers together against old dude. Security is trying to strong arm everybody. He said, we not paying this fee. Like, bruh, it's over. We're gonna report you to the airport. So back the F up. And so, of course, security was like, dang, y'all let a whole teenager out here just change our whole situation. Because he approached the black driver. He was just like, I understand he's taxing us, but we all making our bank. So just young blood, just calm down, young blood. You can tell, okay, what, no problems, okay? Well, he back there like, oh, shook. He looking kind of shook in his picture. But of course, security cop, he chilling for right now, all right? He don't want no smoke because he definitely is doing unsavory business practices per Terry, all right? And so on the way, after the little situation, he sees a lady, and she got her little Louis duffel bag or what have you. So she got that bread, all right. And so she was like, "Hey, can you point me, to the car services, what have you, the cabs?" And he was like, about to pointed. He was like, "But I can take you." And so right when he's about to take her in the car, this fella comes up. He was just like, well, right after the whole like strong arm in the security, this guy comes up to Terry, was like, nice job. Are you part of the Flannery family car business? What happened? He was like, yeah. So he pulled out the brochure. It was like, stop effing with our brochures, bruh. And so I'm like, yeah, Terry, you can't be doing that, bruh. So when he takes this lady customer, the guy, I think it is Touch a Class car service. He was like, oh, he messing with our brochures. He's taking our clients. So I see this man calling the popo or definitely getting some justice because y'all messing with their reputation and their bread and their marketing. So Terry, please tread lightly because I foresee you using this car service for unsavory practices on your own in the future. So I need you to tread lightly because we don't need no problems because you know the white people, they be telling, okay? They not scared to dial the 9 to the 1 to the 1. So tread lightly, okay? We don't need no problems from Touch a Class car service, all right? Jacoby said you think he a mafia. He wasn't giving me mafia vibes, but I definitely I can see it. Yes, Brilla, car service beef, okay? Okay, what's Diary of Mad Black Woman? Okay. So yeah, it was kind of goofy. So when Terry, he was over there chauffeuring a lady around, right? He saw some little checkpoints. So he kind of was like, damn, and I'm like, damn, you cursing in the car with the lady, but I'm like, I'm gonna let that go. Terry. So she was like, what's wrong? He was like, nothing. I just don't want my customers, to be inconvenienced and late by these checkpoints. Okay. And so he asked the cop that was doing the checkpoint, hey, like, are you doing it everywhere? Like, I'm trying to transport my customers from the airport, what have you, throughout the city. And the cop pretty much made it known, like, yeah, we're going to be doing this checkpoints throughout the city. So at first I was like, okay, boom, he truly is concerned about his car business. But he asked the passenger, like, hey, do you mind if I make a call, to one of my other clients saying it's an early pickup time? So he rushed to the phone booth, okay? Lo and behold, he calls Meech. And Meech, he waiting on B. Mickey call. He's like, what you want? What you want? Meanwhile, grandma over there got the switch, talking about he's smoking the devil's skin, smoking the weed, smoking the ganja, okay? Grandma, I like grandma. Grandma is cool with me. We need more grandma in the season, okay? I love grandma. So meanwhile, Meech getting hit with the switch. He ends up hanging up the phone, but Terry is trying to tell him, like, bruh, like, you can't be having B. Mickey over there transporting the drugs because we got checkpoints, but it didn't even get to that point. So Terry frustrated. He's concerned about his brother. He don't want his brother to go down. And meanwhile, I would also take note that passenger that he was kind of transporting, I don't know if we're going to see her again because she recommended him, in his services to his friends. Well, she said she will. Now, I can't recall if she spoke it or what have you, but they made note that she was Arabic. Meanwhile, we know Peaches speak Arabic. So I'm like, oh, is this lady going to be a part of the connect situation? Like, I don't know if there's going to be a relationship between that passenger cultivating in the future. But I was taking note, like, okay, we may see this lady again. But I definitely feel that we're going to be running into the right people when it comes to this car business. And that's going to relate, of course, to the drug business in multiple ways. So Terry, he goes to the record shop, okay? And this is another goofy. Brillo, if you hear, this was goofy to me. They're over here having big fun smoking weed. I'm like, kill these two. Kill Lil Zane and Dink ASAP because they are useless. Like, we are part of the drug business. Why are we playing around? Like, I'm so aggravated. Like, and Terry comes in and was like, yo, where B. Mick at? Like, what's up? And it was like, hey, I'm doing the Lil Zane, whatever his character is. He was like, well, I'm making them run. He was like, yo, high ass ain't going nowhere. Where to work at, bro? So they try to, play Terry like, what you doing here? Your little square behind. He was like, I built this. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me. I was like, yeah, Terry, go ahead. He kind of rough him up a little bit. I was like, yes, I like it. He's getting all aggressive. I was just like, ooh. I'll get a little excited. So I'm like, all right, boom. Terry, he gets the work from them. But I'm like, these two, they goofy. They need to go ASAP. Meanwhile, Lucille over here crying and what have you to her mama, talking about, me and Charles might as well be roommates. I was like, not really, because you was putting out a month ago, but the way you feeling about him is not romantic. So I get what she was talking about. And she was like, my life, it just ain't what, I planned it to be. And mama was being really sweet and nice and saying, hey, at the end of the day, what fun would that be in life? She said, I was disappointed when you and Charles moved away. So I think that's part of the gripe with mom and Charles. She mad because Charles took her baby away. Okay. And so she was like, yes, I had to take out a credit card to pay for these clothes. And that ain't even my Mercedes. Meech got it selling drugs. I was like, damn, Lucille, you snitching a grandmama? Why you got to be snitching a grandmama? Like, that ain't even cool, bro. Dang, grandma ain't gotta know all that. Even though grandma probably ain't dumb, but dang, come on, grandmama and Lucille, what we doing here? She gave that information up with no problems. I was like, damn. So meanwhile, Terry goes to his baby mama's house. Luana, she over there chilling, being with her mama, putting the baby to sleep. He like, hey, I'm over here driving these customers all day, and I want to go ahead and give you guys a ride. I want to go, grandma having a party. I'm like, this is kind of out of character or weird, considering you was pissed off that they had a whole scheme plotted against you last episode. But we're seeing, he's kind of using this situation. So he was like, I done got, baby Terry's formula. I'm going to go pack it up. So I got the baby bag together. You go ahead and pack your bag so we can get on the road. So he takes out the original formula that was, purchased, and then he puts the Coke in the formula bin. I'm like, oof. This is smart, but this is dumb at the same time. Like, it's smart in terms of transporting, but we're going to see later on how it was kind of risky, okay? So, en route, of course, there's a checkpoint. He tried to avoid, like, he tried to back out. It was giving me, like, Marvin vibes of Raising Cane, and, like, it's too late. You can't back out. Like, just deal with it. So it looks like it was about to be a scary situation with this checkpoint. They had a little suspenseful moment, but they end up letting Terry go. But he was peeping the cans and the baby bag that was in the front seat. But I'm like, why is it in the front seat? It should be in the back seat with LaWanda, but whatever, okay? So he takes and brings the Coke to Meech. And I was aggravated. Why you got LaWanda up here carrying the baby in the rain with the umbrella? Like, I was aggravated with this. Like, Terry, bring your ass back to this car and get this damn baby. Like, this too much. This too much. I know he young, but he be picking and choosing when he want to be chivalrous and a gentleman, okay? So, meanwhile, these drugs are in this bag. Meech comes in the room with James, like, dang, that food was good. Let's go ahead and get this work. So y'all let these cans sit in a common area for a minute before y'all started. It just pissed me off because one, he needed, where's the baby real formula? Like, how did you distinguish the real formula from the fake formula? One. Two, why didn't you immediately take out the Coke and put it somewhere, hide it? Okay? Like, I was so aggravated. So Meech, he goes in a diaper bag, was like, bruh, where the cans at? So everybody looking for the cans. Lo and behold, Lucille is thinking that's, of course, what it should be. And she's putting the Coke in the bottle. I'm like, oh my God, they trying to kill the baby. They got to kill the baby. Y'all, they were stressed out. So Terry, of course, fast thinking, he was like, Mama, I got it. I'm going to go ahead and finish making the bottle. I'm like, oh my God. Suppose Lucille sprinkled some on her arm by mistake and in some weird way, a freak accident happened. You know what I'm saying? She trip and fall. The hand, hits her nose. Like, she could have got real high. Like, everything could have went bad. Okay, I know I just reached just now, but goddamn. So they retrieve the Coke. Thank God. Meech brings the Coke to Rail and the crew. They try to strong arm him once they realized how good of a product it was. And yeah, it didn't work out too well for Meech. So they renegotiated the terms, and he was like, dang, that's what y'all do over here in Cleveland. We don't do that, we are very honorable drug dealers up in here. But he was outnumbered. He couldn't do nothing about it. So he was like, all right, Rail, I'm going to see you again. So Terry gets home. He sees this white-ish looking lady. He was like, "What's up, Pops? Are we being audited?" That shit was funny to me, okay? And so he's like, "No, this Denise. She's our new third driver." He like, "This nigga done he making decisions again without me, without my input, okay?" And so they kind of have a side conversation. He was like, "Pops, come on, you still making these decisions without me. This is our business." He was like, "I understand that, son, but she can go places we can't." Now, don't get me wrong. I like this idea, but the way you went about it, Charles, it was wrong. You should have propositioned it and positioned it to him first, and then if he agreed, went along with it. Now, we made a point to mention Denise. She used to work with Charles at the factory, but she just got laid off, and she's a single mom. So she wants that bread, okay? She needs money. So I kind of think that she is going to eventually probably help us with this drug business. Like, I low-key can see this Denise coming over to the dark side when Terry, goes back to the drugs. I definitely see it, especially, the previews they be playing with us, but she kind of had a line next episode talking about, we got to find this or something. She had a sense of urgency with something. No, I don't think it's necessarily about, what I'm theorizing, but I definitely think she could be useful to us. But did y'all notice how Lucille and Nicole came home and she greeted everybody but Charles' ass? She gave Terry a hug. She even gave Denise a nice, warm, confident hug because she was familiar with Denise. But Charles ain't getting no type of affection. She ain't feeling Charles at all, honey. I ain't even mad, all right? And Nicole was like, "Oh, I gotta pee. No, don't get me wrong. I know she a preteen and probably been holding her pee. But I was like, Nicole, you better not be pregnant." I don't know why, y'all. I be reaching in my brain. I be looking at every little thing. I'm like, Nicole, what you gotta pee so bad for, honey? I mean, you've been real grown and probably hot in the ass. I don't know. But I'm gonna just say she just had to pee for pee's sakes to get her out to sea. Man, if he messes with Denise over Lucille's brick house ass, I'm gonna be real upset. Hey, DeMarcus, can Terry trust Denise? That's going to be the question. Because seemingly right now, he was introduced to her in the wrong way, in a sense. Like, it should have been a joint decision to bring her on. So, right now, he's not feeling the whole situation with Denise, which makes me feel like something's going to happen, and he's going to eventually change his mind. Because at some point, he's going to have to get over her working for the business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how these shows be doing. They be showing us one, point of view in the beginning, and then something happens and it changes. So I think we could possibly trust Denise, but we don't know yet, okay? We can't completely trust her right now, just for the sake of, illegal businesses or what have you, okay? So, Meech, he helps this lady with her groceries. She had some honey buns that dropped out of her bag. So she was like, "Oh my God, you just so sweet, young fella." And I ain't gonna lie, like, I know this is the 80s, but I'm like, I got it. I got a young man. Like, you can't be trusting people like that. And he looked like he's definitely give you like drug dealer vibes. Like, I'm sorry, Miss Nurse Lady, but maybe I'm just paranoid. I'm like, "Thank you, sir. Like, you ain't welcome me to my door and coming inside my house. Like, that's way too far." But, she was like, "Well, my son usually helps me." And lo and behold, her son comes in the room and it's real. I don't know. He's giving me real, like, bully vibes, like real 90s bully. I don't know what it is. He's giving me like real, like the bully from like Class Act or something. Like, I don't know, not really with aesthetics, but his whole vibe. Like, I don't know. It's giving me like weird 90s movie bully. But he realized like, "Oh, you in my house." So he asked, Meech asked his mom for a cup of water, nice pleasantries, what have you. Hey, Detroit, what's up? Thank you for coming through. But that's napping turtle. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. He looked like Dre, Mr. Jones. I can see it a little bit. So Rail, he asked mom to go. So she goes, but she looking like, what is going on here? She felt the weird vibes. So Meech sat down. He had the blicky. He was like, all right. I told you I'll see you again. Long story short. He was like, yeah. I know you like surprises. So surprise, nigga. Like, it was hilarious to me. But long story short, he was like, well, these are the terms. The terms is going to be what I say. You're going to be reporting to my cousin. And yeah, I'm gonna need whatever I fronted you back. So a boy, of course, had no point but to oblige. But do y'all think Meech did this with the influence of K9? Or would we have done this? Would he have done this without any K9's influence? Put a one in the chat if you thinking what K9's been doing around Meech is kind of influencing him in a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all? Because I was kind of torn. Like, is this what he's showing based on K9's behavior, or does he have it in him? Because we know Meech is hella smart and he does what he needs to do. But remember, he always had the mantra. He always ran his business out of love and gifting out of fear. So now he's inflicting fear. So I'm trying to figure out, like, who is and what is influencing this? Because of course it's a drug business. You got to have some type of intimidation at some point. But I was just curious, is this part of K9's influence or not? Yeah, I understand they're out of towners, but at the same time, they're out of towners. You know what I'm saying? You kind of outnumbered in this situation. But I guess at this point, you're right. Jacoby said he had to do it because he could have let them get over. Yeah, I definitely understand that. But I was just, I don't know. The whole plan was hella ambitious to begin with, because you're coming over here by yourself, propositioning, to this whole little crew. So, but based on, I guess, real life, that's pretty much what Meech did. He went from city to city and, gave them, his sales pitch, if you will. DeMarcus said, you think Bleak and Rel would do something to James? Yeah, that's what scares me. I think some type of way James is going to be out of here. I hope not, but James is by himself. He a little kid. He ain't really got no backup. He's going to be taking orders from Rel and everybody else. Like, the math ain't mathing. Like, he's clearly not prepared for all of that business structure, like responsibility. So I'm a little worried for James. We just going to have to stay tuned. Meanwhile, we do a whole operation, okay, with Drano. Okay, we already know Drano was a real organization. We got SWAT and everything because Mickey gave, Bryant a whole tip. So they only end up recouping like 1.5. I can't remember if he said 1.5 or 4.5 bricks and 2 drug dealers that they weren't even familiar with. And I don't know, one of them thought it was a great idea to hop out and jump out of the second floor window. I'm like, who do you think you Omar? Do you think you Omar from The Wire, bruh? Like that. that didn't make sense. He was like, oh, I think I broke my leg. So one of the cops, Detective Darnell, talk about, bruh, like, you ain't see all us out here like waiting on your ass. That was hilarious to me. Yes. Aisha said, Bucci called Rel Johnny Bravo. I can't see it. Oh, that is a perfect comparison. He was giving me something and I couldn't put my finger on it, but it's definitely giving me Johnny Bravo with the with the hair and the body stature. Yes. So Detective Brian ain't happy with what he got. So of course, he gotta go back to your boy B Mickey eventually. Okay. So we go to K9 spot. Now he's peeping as loud as Debo-ish Negro, okay, in his spot. And the haircut alone, he needs to die, okay? But he being hella loud, he hella reckless, pretty much flirting with Peaches. Okay, Peaches got all the tickle bitties out, but of course that's K9's girl. You shouldn't be touching her. Well, he ain't touch her, but he's definitely flirting. He's allowing her to blow his, dice or what have you. So he's definitely going to be dead probably next episode. We see K9 in the cut peeping, okay? So Meech delivers his money to K9 in full, and he was like, okay, I want to show you something. I'm like, Lord, here we go. You want to see a dead body? Like, that's pretty much the vibes it was giving me. So of course he found Cinderella, the dude who, you know, initiated the drive-by. And of course, this is another thing. I'm kind of getting annoyed. Not annoyed, but how many times is K9 going to show Meech, I don't effing play? I don't effing play, okay? Like, how many times? How many times? Like, I like the low-key, you know, gangsterisms and all, but how many times are we going to show I'm not playing? Like, he's definitely on some I'm inflicting fear. Okay. And so here we see your boy. Lamar out here struggling in this rain, and we see a car pull up. I'm like, oh my God, is it Howard? Lord, I keep calling this man Howard. Is it Brian? No, it ain't Brian. It's Alvin, the creepy mortician. And he got the nerve to say, I got you, cuz. I said, these people family? Oh my God, it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. Now, don't get me wrong. He could be saying cuz because that's what we do. We have play cousins, but I think he talk about their real cousins. So now we got Lamar under the care of Alvin, the creep. And so we already know he got experience with normally dead people, but I'm sure, you know, with mortuary science and those degrees, you got to know the human anatomy quite well. So he's definitely going to nurse Lamar out and back to health, and that's going to be a problem, Lord. I cannot, okay? Be Mickey, old punk ass. Oh my God, this scene so pissed me off. So of course, Howard, what? Omar Epps, you thinking about me? Why I got this man character in my mouth? Detective Bryant goes back to be Mickey at the hospital. He's like, dang, can we do this at any other time? I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. He's a detective, so he'd probably be peeping. But suppose one of the other crew members pop out with Beat Mickey at the hospital. Like, I feel like you need to be a little more discreet if you got a whole CI out here. But Bryant don't care. So he shows Beat Mickey this brochure. He was like, oh, I got your mom in a state-of-the-art rehab facility. B. Mickey got the nerve to say, oh my God, ain't nobody ever do nothing nice like this before for me. I'm like, oh my God, B. Mickey, you just dumb as rocks. Like, don't get me wrong, it would probably serve his mom a little better, but the amount of cost you are going to accumulate with this situation, like, you are in debt at this point. You would not be able to pay this man back. So that means you're going to be under his thumb and at his, oh my God, like, I'm so pissed off. Beat Mickey, you about to be dead, bro. You about to be dead. I would have been like, you know what? I appreciate it. I'm good. But regardless, B. Mickey is in bed with him, and at this point, there's nothing he could do about it. He gonna die. He's gonna die. I don't know, by Meech, Lamar, K9. Somebody's gonna kill him. And you in down with Spur, bro. And Meech was, you know, at the record shop, you know, looking over the numbers, and B. Mickey just looked guilty right here. And he was like, bro, like, we need to communicate a little more, okay? Because you can't be over here not answering calls and what have you, because of course the whole Terry thing threw him for a loop. Like, he didn't know Terry was going to breathe the judge. It was supposed to be Mickey, you know what I'm saying? And even the crew was like, okay, yes, hella confused because Terry over here strong arming us and roughing us up. We don't know who to answer to. Meech was like, I'm the only one. I'm in charge. I'm the HNIC. If I'm not available, holla at B. Mick. B. Mick looking like, I don't want this goddamn responsibility because I'm about to tell everything to damn Bryant. And I'm just stressed the hell out. Stressed the hell out. Let me see what y'all saying real quick. Yeah, I wanted to point this out, DeMarcus. I was thinking the same thing because Detective Darnell, he's loud. He's talking too much. So the writers, they want us to notice him. But I was actually thinking he's on K9's payroll already. And I feel like he's going to link and figure out that be Mick and Howard Lord and Brian is in cahoots. Because we saw Veronica when they was over there, having a little meeting at the precinct, that she was like, this is a guy that my partner has been forming a relationship with. Like she already laid out the groundwork and how everything is. But you could be right too. He could be possibly on Meech's payroll. But in my head, when I was watching it, I was like, I feel like this Darnell, he's part of K9's situation. But we gonna have to see. But we definitely could tell something ain't up with Detective Darnell. Okay. Detroit, you loving K9? Yeah, I like him too. I definitely like him. Terry will be the one who kills B. Mickey. He never liked or trusted him. That's what RC. Oh, Ronald Cameron. That's possible too. Anything can happen at this point, y'all. I'm trying to get out of here real quick. But before I do, Lucille, she over here dolled up, got a nice little nightgown situation. She over here looking at herself like, yeah, I'm about to put it on him tonight, okay? And so Charles come in like, dang, you looking real good. That's a mighty fine nightgown. And she was like, she looking like Lucille. Girl, I guess she was relying on her pretty because she was not giving me any sex. The way she walked up to your boy, like with her arms like on her hip, like real stiff, I'm like, Lucille, you've been relying on your light skin and your body all your life, haven't you? Because I ain't feel a lick of sex coming from you walking down like that damn aisle in that bedroom. Like, girl, you too stiff. What we doing? Anywho, Charles was like, oh, did you buy that with the credit card you put in Nicole's name? I said, Lucille, what we doing? I got PTSD, y'all, because that happened to me, bruh. And that's not cool. That ain't cool putting bills in your kids' names, but we know that's common practices, at least in the African American community, okay? So I'm like, damn, Charles, you about to bring this up right now. Put that goddamn envelope under the pillow, and we talk about that later. You've been complaining about the lack of the drawers for a month, and you over here bringing this up right now, okay? And she was like, well, I haven't had to, do that. You know what I'm saying? But, I got to keep up with the women you've been fantasizing about. And he's like, girl, what you talking about? So, of course, she's explaining, she found the little nudie magazines and what have you. And he was like, well, I wouldn't have to look at that if you wouldn't treat sex like me like a chore. But she was like, bro, I want to be vulnerable, but I can't because you broke. I mean, she didn't say broke, but that's pretty much what she meant, okay? And she's talking about all the sacrifices she's been making. And he was like, ain't this the pot calling the kettle black? I'm over here making sacrifices to you, bruh. But holier than thou, Lucille. You know what I'm saying? She only see things her way. And she was like, you broke our vows with these magazines. He was like, you broke the law with Nicole. And he was like, I remember you used to like me. I was like, dang, I ain't gonna lie, I felt that. I was like, dang, Charles is hurt. His woman don't even like him no more. He was like, I just want you to want me as much as I want you. And Lucille was like, I'm just tired. He was like, well, that makes two of us. I was like, bruh, I need this. I really want to make this another segment, like the Charles and Lucille show. I be wanting to break down this whole dynamic because there's a lot of deep subject matters in this relationship that we're seeing through our very eyes. I understand it's BMF, but the Charles and Lucille storyline is hella interesting to me. Like, I really want to see if I could carve some time in to talk about Charles and Lucille on a different line, because this will be hella interesting and deep. DeMarcus, Lucille was definitely projecting, because she was definitely telling Charles like, oh, you just care about what people think. He was like, oh no, you talking about yourself. And you kind of showing your slip a little bit, Lucille, because you just showed out and maxed out a credit card for your mama and them, okay? And yes, I said your mama and them. Your mama, apostrophe E-M, okay? Your mama and them. You over there playing around with the funds. Oh, child. So Charles walks off. And Meech takes Nicole to the movie theater because we saw Meech, we heard him early say he gonna rent it out. Everybody gonna see Coming to America. So of course it's the first time, what I'm saying, he's seen Terry since the crew kind of got on him. So he was like, bruh, you messing up my business. Like, you in and you out. You playing around. You want to be in the drug business or not. And they kind of got to fighting. And I'm like, come on, we in the movie theater. Come on, stop playing these people establishment. Nicole, she looking crazy. Like, I just wanted to see the movie and get a popcorn. Mom and daddy can't afford it. So Terry ends up leaving and have like a little, narration situation where he's pretty much saying, nobody wins with a family, feuds or what have you. But that was pretty much the end of the episode. Detroit, you said Charles was nasty for looking at that magazine. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, he just had to get the magazine and the jerkin. I'm just saying, like, what you want Charles to do? But that was pretty much it, y'all. Let me see what y'all have to say before I get out of here. Let's see here. Charles hit her with the fact that she said, I'm tired. Charles should have been in it like Ghost and Angie. Mr. Jones said, yeah, they used to have some passionate situations. Tamika's dad, you said all of them needed a butt whipping. Even the parents, Tamika, Charles and Lucille, they needed hands, feet, toes. Like, they all aggravated me. I'm like, y'all stressing me out. How the whole family stressed me out? Let me know that. Let me know. But that was pretty much it, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me for this long ass review, y'all. I'm always over here running my mouth. Detective said he's a married man looking at. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Charles is stressed out. He can't be working on long shifts, all stiff and whatnot. I'm just saying, he needed a stress reliever, but she's stressed too. So I don't know. And we didn't go to counseling back then. We go to church. And we already know Lucille over here giving the church probably 30% of what Charles is making. So this is stressful. Okay. DeMarcus said Meech was wrong for snapping on Terry because Terry was looking out for Meech. Yes, Meech was doing too much. He was doing too much. He's being very arrogant. He's not, he's being very ungrateful. Like, that is very much pissing me off. Because Meech, you are doing way too much. Like, have a little appreciation. And that's the thing. Like, Terry, I don't know if he's in this show, they're going to have him try to branch out immediately on his own, because the partnership with Meech is definitely, didn't work. And even if he thought about it going back at this point, the way Meech is acting, I could see like Terry not even wanting to be involved with Meech no more because he's hella ungrateful. And then Charles, when he quoted his new Meech, he ain't no different. I'm just saying, at least, but he was making bread with Meech. So it's like, dang, do I go with the partner that's ungrateful that I'm getting rich with, or sit over here with this partner that's making all these decisions, but we still broke? I don't know, y'all, but let me get out of here, child, because this is a lot. But I definitely enjoyed this episode. Let me know y'all ratings. Like, what y'all give it? A, B, C, D, or E? We don't do F's over here, okay? I'm gonna give it an A. I definitely liked it more than episode 1, actually. But yes, please let me know y'all rating. DeMarcus is a great review. Happy birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Tamika, great lot. Thank you. Yes, Capricorns rock, y'all. Yes. I appreciate it. Happy birthday to me per tomorrow. All right. He gave it an A. Thank you, Mr. Jones. I appreciate the birthday wishes. Yes. All right, y'all. So yes, if you're watching the replay, please put your ratings in the chat. RC, you give it a B plus. Thank you, Detroit. I appreciate the birthday wishes. But y'all all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I'll see y'all Wednesday for Power Season 3, Episode 10. And this is when Angie arrests Ghost. And of course, I was tight. At this episode. So please come through in the trap at 8:15 on Wednesday. But yes, I appreciate all of y'all and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tuesday. Oh Lord. Not Tuesday. Toodles. Okay. You tell your girl need another nap. All right. Oh Lord. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Make sure you like the video though.